Hello Ganofins, this is your Ganofins here and welcome back to JavaScript programming tutorial. In this third tutorial of JavaScript language, I'm going to tell you about the variables in JavaScript, how you can create a variable in JavaScript. As you can see on our screen, this is Notepad++, which is a text editor. Here I write my JavaScript code, and this is our external JavaScript file, which here this is the HTML file. I linked this external JavaScript file to this HTML file. You can watch my previous video if you want to know how to link external JavaScript file with a HTML file. Well, now let's see how you can create a variable in your JavaScript file. Variables, what is a variable? Variables are containers for storing data values. The value of a variable can change throughout the program. As in C programming, C++ programming, Java programming, Python programming, Lua programming, and many other programming languages, we can create variable in JavaScript. So let's create a variable in JavaScript. Okay, and now let's create a variable. For creating a variable, we need to write here where this is a thing which you need to write before creating any variable. Now this will, if I write here now x, now x will be a variable. Here x is a variable. As you can see in this file here, the variable x is created with the value of 10 and 8. Always remember, JavaScript is a case sensitive language. Then if you are creating variable x, small x, and variable capital X, they will be different. Both of these are different. Small x value is 10 and capital X is 20. Because this is a case sensitive language, that's why. Here the equal signs, let me tell you about this equal sign. This equal signs means it assigns the value. Here it assigns the value 10 to the variable x. Here it assigns value 20 to the capital X. A variable can be declared without a value. The value might require some calculation, something that will be provided later, like user input. A variable declared without a value will have the value undefined. Now let me tell you how you can use a variable in your web page, how you can print the value of a variable if you want to print its value in a particular web page. For that, I just have to write this thing, document.write. If you remember, I taught this thing in my previous video. The document.write outputs the text or HTML code in your web page, and always remember to write the semicolon thing every of your JavaScript statement. If you want to print the value of x, you can do this. You just have to write the name of the variable which you want to output in your web page. Now you just have to run it in your browser and it will print 10, I guess. Oh fuck, I I by mistake run that JavaScript file which is not tolerated. Now here you can see I run the HTML file and it printed the variable's value, x variable's value, and which is 10 as I assigned it here. If I change the value of x here, what will happen? Okay, just reload this thing, and here the value has been changed 60, so it just printed the value of x as 60. Using variable is useful in many ways. You might have 1000 lines of code that may include the variable x. When you change the value of x one time, it will automatically be changed in all places where you used it. Here every line, a single line is a particular statement which is followed by a semicolon at last, as I always saying this to you. If you want to name a variable, JavaScript variable names are case sensitive. So as I said to you, this small x and capital X both are different. If you want to print that second variable, you can do this by just separate it as uh, with comma and then write the second variable's name. Now let's try to run this, and you can see here it printed the 60 and 20. Now let me tell you the rules for naming variable. The variable's first name can't be a number. That means you can't start a variable name using 8x. It will not be a variable. It will not work as a variable name. That will be your fault if you do this. The first character must be a letter, underscore, or a dollar sign. Subsequent characters may be letters, digits, underscore, or dollar signs. Numbers are not allowed. Strictly, this is the restriction. Numbers are not allowed as a first character of a variable name. Otherwise, you can write a variable as x6. This thing will work if you want to. If you want to write number in your variable name, then you can write after first character of your variable. This will work. Variable names cannot include a mathematical or logical operator. JavaScript names must not contain spaces, and also hyphens are not allowed in JavaScript. You must not use any special symbols like hash, percentage for naming a variable. So always remember these rules. Always remember these things before naming a variable. If you will use these things which I said not to use, then you will fail to do your coding. You will fail to get your result which you want to get in your particular web page. Well, I hope you know about the variables, how to create a variable in your JavaScript, and how to run it, how to print it. Well, thanks for watching the video, and if you have any question or query regarding variables in JavaScript, then you can ask me in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for getting updates with my channel. Thank you guys.